We're reading every Spider-Man ever, and this is Amazing Spider-Man issue 48. While Spider-Man is out in the snow and the cold searching for Kraven, because it would be just terrible for Kraven to think that he beat Spider-Man, an inmate is on his deathbed. Adrian Toomes, known to us as the Vulture, was involved in an accident in the prison workshop. With his dying breaths, he calls for his cellmate, and his wish is granted. After all, he's dying. His cellmate is Blackie Drago, and he's been pestering the Vulture to learn where he keeps his wings for months. And, since he's dying, Adrian tells him the wings are kept 500 yards from the North Gun Tower, close to the prison. With the location revealed, Blackie laughs and reveals that the accident wasn't an accident, that he orchestrated it to find the location of the wings, and then he leaves Adrian Toomes helpless, injured, and dying in bed. Adrian closes his eyes for the last time. With knowledge of the wings' location, Blackie ambushes a driver and escapes prison in their car. The prison alarm sounds as he makes his getaway, but they're too late. He's uncovered the wings. By the time the guards reach him, he's airborne, and even though the wings take a little getting used to, Blackie soon soars to freedom. The next day, and due to his winter search out in the snow, Peter Parker is sick. He's too sick to flirt with Gwen Stacy, and he's even too sick to do science, and so his teacher sends him home. On the sofa, Peter watches Jonah on the news, blaming Spider-Man for Kraven's escape, and then he sees different news about a new Vulture in town. He briefly considers calling Daredevil to let him know to handle it, what with how ill he is, but he decides that Spider-Man knows how to defeat the Vulture the best, and it's up to him. If only he could stop himself shivering. As Peter suits up as Spider-Man, the new Vulture is on a crime spree. He's smashing into jewelry stores and snatching payroll deliveries. When he swoops down to steal bonds, he finds that his victim has handcuffed the suitcase to himself, and so he takes the man hostage, flying him to the highest building around. If he drops the man from here, the suitcase is bound to break open. But he doesn't get the chance as Spider-Man is crawling up the building and jumps up with a flying leap and punches the new Vulture off the rooftop. Spider-Man then safely brings the hostage down to the ground. But wait, Spidey thinks. He didn't hear the Vulture hit water, and that thought is interrupted by an attack that Spider-Man narrowly avoids. But he does manage to get a web hold of his flying foe, and he's dragged through the sky and spun around and slammed into a bridge. It's always a bridge with Spider-Man. As he holds on to the wiring, Spider-Man starts to feel dizzy, his cold getting the better of him, and he falls unconscious and off the bridge to his doom. As our hero plummets, we jump elsewhere to Mary Jane, Aunt May, and Anna, who are worried about Peter. They arrive at his apartment to be told by Harry that Peter hasn't come home, and that he must just be chilling at the Silver Spoon. And so MJ and Harry agree to drop off their elders and meet Peter there. But Peter isn't chilling, he's falling, and he's definitely not at the Silver Spoon. Without knowing that he's saving Spider-Man's life, the Vulture swoops down and grabs him in a chokehold, startling him awake. As they fly towards a flagpole, Spidey breaks Vulture's grip, swings around and kicks his bird-like foe, landing safely on a wall. But his head is swimming, and he really shouldn't have come out feeling like he does in this cold weather, and he slips unconscious and falls down into the snow. The Vulture has won and leaves our hero for dead. Thanks for watching, follow for the next issue, and while we wait for that, here's a fun fact about this one. As John Romita begins to take ownership of this series, he's starting to make some stylistic choices. In this issue, he starts to move away from Ditko's 5 to 6 panel pages and into larger and more dynamic panels.